Just listen to this for a second. What you're hearing, it's not some sound effect from a sci-fi movie. That is the actual sound of Saturn, kind of screaming out into the void. For centuries, we've looked at it as the undisputed jewel of our solar system, right? This gorgeous golden giant just floating peacefully out there in the dark. But today we're going to peel back that beautiful illusion.
And that quote right there, that's pretty much the whole story. It's the key to everything we're about to talk about. Because that calm, peaceful picture we all have of Saturn, it's a total illusion. It's hiding a reality that is just so violent, so chaotic, it's going to completely change how you think about what a planet can even be.
So first things first, Saturn is not a peaceful giant. Not even close. This thing is a monster of hydrogen and helium, and it's spinning so ridiculously fast that it's actually squashed itself flat. It's not a perfect sphere, it's more like a cosmic pumpkin. Seriously. And believe me, that's just where the weirdness starts.
Okay, let's talk about the main event, right? The thing everyone knows Saturn for, its crown, those incredible rings. When you look through a telescope from here on Earth, they look so perfect, so solid, like this divine halo. But what are they really made of?
And this is where that whole beautiful trap idea really hits home. What we see are these smooth, perfect, timeless bands of gold. But the reality? Oh man, if you could actually fly a ship inside those rings, you'd be in a meat grinder. It's a non-stop, high-speed blizzard of razor-sharp ice and rock. We're talking particles whipping around at thousands of kilometers an hour, just constantly smashing into each other, shattering into more pieces. The scale of this thing is it's hard to even wrap your head around. This chaotic storm of ice shrapnels stretches out for almost 300,000 kilometers. And get this, in some places, it's as thin as 10 meters. Just think about that for a second. That's like a sheet of paper the size of a city. It's this impossibly wide, razor-thin blade of destruction just slicing through the blackness of space.
So the big question is, where did this crown of guts even come from? Well, I can tell you it wasn't some gentle, beautiful creation story. No, the best theory we have is basically a murder mystery, a cosmic whodunit on a scale that is just, it's unimaginable. And right here, this is the murder weapon. It's called the Roche limit. And you gotta understand, this isn't just some imaginary line out in space. It's a kill zone. It is the literal point of no return, where a planet's gravity gets so intense, so overwhelmingly powerful, that it can just shred another world to bits. So when you put it all together, the conclusion is it's as chilling as it is incredible. The idea that a long, long time ago, one of Saturn's very own moons, it just wandered a little too close. It crossed that line, the Roche limit, and Saturn's gravity just grabbed it and tore it apart. It shredded an entire world into trillions and trillions of icy pieces. So those beautiful rings we all love to look at, they're the scattered guts of a dead moon. We're literally staring at a planetary graveyard. But here's the thing, the chaos isn't just circling around Saturn. It's carved right into the planet itself. Saturn wears these scars, these features that seem to defy the very laws of nature as we know them. Okay, just look at its North Pole. Come on, nature doesn't do straight lines, right? Especially not in the weather. You expect swirls, circles, spirals, all that stuff. And yet, here we have a perfect six-sided hexagon spinning away for who knows how long, decades, maybe even centuries. And this isn't just some weird pattern. It's a hurricane, a six-sided superstorm that is it's unlike anything else we have ever seen in the entire solar system.
And if you're trying to wrap your head around just how big this geometric nightmare is, get this. The storm itself is wide enough to fit 4 planet Earths inside it. 4 of us. The walls of this hurricane plunge hundreds of kilometers down into the atmosphere. It's a swirling abyss with just an unimaginable amount of power. And if a giant space hexagon wasn't enough for you, there's more. About every 30 years, a monster wakes up inside Saturn. We call it the Great White Spot. It's this massive storm that grows so big, it eventually wraps itself around the entire planet. We're talking lightning strikes here that are 10,000 times more powerful than the worst we've ever seen on Earth. It's just a brutal reminder that underneath those calm-looking yellow clouds, there's a chaotic engine just waiting to erupt.
Now, this whole theme of chaos, it definitely extends out to Saturn's huge family of moons, and there are over 140 of them. But this is where the story, this whole idea of beautiful traps and deceptive looks, takes a really fascinating turn. Because out here, we find both a poisonous, twisted mirror of our own world, and maybe, just maybe, the promise of a new one.
This really lays out the strange possibilities, doesn't it? You've got Earth, which we obviously know and love. Then you've got Titan. It's the only moon in the solar system with a real thick atmosphere, and it looks shockingly familiar. It has rivers, lakes, seas, but it's a toxic twin of Earth. And then you have Enceladus, just a tiny little ball of ice that happens to be hiding one of the biggest secrets in the entire solar system.
And the details here are just wild. On Titan, it rains liquid natural gas. The sand dunes, they're made of grains of plastic. It's like a twisted funhouse mirror version of Earth. But then there's Enceladus. We've actually seen giant geysers of water vapor shooting out from these huge cracks at its south pole. They call them tiger stripes. It turns out this tiny moon is being constantly squeezed and stretched by Saturn's gravity, and that keeps a global ocean of warm, salty water liquid right under its icy shell. Think about that. It has heat, it has salt, and it has organic molecules. It has all the ingredients you need for life.
So how do we know all this incredible stuff? Well, we know it because of a robotic explorer that gave absolutely everything to find out. Learning about this amazing promise of life, it came at a price. It required a true heroic sacrifice.
So back in 2017, our amazing spacecraft Cassini was running on fumes. It was almost out of fuel, and NASA had a really tough choice to make. To make sure they didn't accidentally contaminate that pristine ocean on Enceladus with Earth germs, they decided they had to destroy Cassini. So they ordered it to commit suicide. On its very last trip around the planet, it took a final heroic dive straight into Saturn's atmosphere. It was fighting the whole way down to keep its antenna pointed back at us, sending back data right up until the very last second, before the heat and pressure just ripped it to pieces. It literally became a part of the world it had shown us in such incredible detail.
And that brings us to one last kinda heartbreaking twist in this whole story. This entire incredible, violent, beautiful system we've been talking about, the rings, the storms, the promise of life on its moons, none of it is permanent. It's all temporary.
It's almost poetic in a tragic way. The very same gravity that ripped apart a moon to create the rings is now slowly destroying them. Saturn's immense gravitational pull is constantly dragging little bits of ice and rock out of the rings and pulling them down into the atmosphere. Scientists actually have a name for it. They call it ring rain.
And yeah, the clock is ticking. Now, 100 million years sounds like a long time to us, but in the life of the universe, it's nothing. It's a blink of an eye. And in that blink, the rings will be completely gone. Saturn will just be another lonely, plain gas giant floating out there in the dark. What that means is we are unbelievably lucky. You and I, we are alive at just the right moment in cosmic history to see this stunning, deadly, and very temporary masterpiece. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? When we look out at the stars, what other amazing, fleeting wonders are out there? What other violent, gorgeous stories are playing out right now, just waiting for someone to notice them before they disappear forever?